Welcome to Armchair Anonymous. I'm Buck Rogers, and I'm joined by Gene Lightyear.
We're back.
What a fitting time to be back, because today's episode is tell us about a crazy first day of school experience.
Oh, it's so nostalgic.
We got both fearful of first day of school and nostalgic and envious.
Yeah, it's a wispy time.
So scary, so much excitement and possibility.
So much on the horizon.
Enjoy first day of school.
Hard times come and go. Good times, take them slow. My life, I had them both. Remember one thing, you gotta know, I'ma keep on shining.
Hello.
Hi.
We're going with a fake name today.
All you, whatever you want to come up with.
Monica, are you feeling anything strong?
I'm going to go with Megan.
Love it. I was just watching Queer Ultimatum. There was a Megan on that. I didn't hate her, so it works well.
I didn't hate her is better than I hated her.
Also, Megan's really safe.
No one's going to identify you by Megan.
No.
Megan, where are you?
I am going to paint with a broad stroke. I'm going to say I'm in Canada.
Okay. We would have figured that out as you said a boot at some point.
A boot, throw in the odd A. I knew you would have gotten to the bottom of it.
Okay, so you have a first day of school story.
Do I ever?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Also, Megan, you're experiencing something very unique in Armchair Anonymous, which is we're all in different locations.
Well, no, Rob and I are in the same location.
But you two aren't together.
That's right. Yeah. I'm never in a room somewhere in the South when we do these.
Oh, that is really special.
I think so. I just wanted you to be aware of the context. Okay, so first day of school.
Okay, it's a chilly day in September. It's the first day of my teaching career. So I'm so excited. Wake up, it's like out of a movie scene. This is amazing. I've wanted to be a teacher since I was in kindergarten. How it works, why I am in Canada, a lot of people supply for a few years before they get a contract job. But I was really lucky. It must have been some sort of personality hire because I graduated in May and then I got a contract for that September. And where the school is from my house is like 600 meters. But that morning I had to drop my dog off at my friends because they were going to watch my dog for me, which is also like 400 meters from the school. But this particular morning, I got put behind. I was taking some pics on a front-facing selfie cam because I was so excited, this monumental moment in history. So I ended up driving because I got a little bit behind. So I probably leave my house around 8 a.m. School bell rings around 8:55. That's when the kids start rolling in. So I drive to my friend's house, literally a 30-second drive. Drop off my dog. She's like, oh my God, let's get a picture. You look so cute. I get in the car. We'll put a hype up song because, it's literally less than one song drive to my school. So I go with After Midnight by Chapel Rowan.
Monica, is that ringing a bell for you?
Great song. Also, I'm just putting two and two together. This story is recent.
You were dating it by the song, Monica.
I was.
Really clever.
I was doing clues.
It's a recent story for sure. So I'm in my car. I'm still so excited. I'm jamming out. And where my school is, it's on a hill and there's a traffic light at the bottom of the hill. So traffic often will get backed up on the hill. I go to turn left into the school. Traffic is backed up, but there's a gap. And so I get waved in. So I'm slowly pulling in. My tires are on the front of the school property. I'm fully on the sidewalk so that cars can still get by me when all of a sudden, literally something flies over my car. My windshield is shattered. I just see this body off of a bike fly over and is just on the ground.
You've struck one of the students pulling in.
I went from Chapel Rowan to Adele. I went from After Midnight to Chasing Pavement.
Literally.
It went so dark. So fast.
What was the age of the cyclists?
It was a high school student wearing a helmet. Not that I'm an avid bike hitter. And not that I think anyone deserves to get hit by a car. But it wasn't that little scrimey high school student. It was like a precious peanut, long sleeve collared shirt, helmet on, cute little shirt tucked in.
Doing all the right stuff.
You hit from the front?
Not to play the victim, but the bike did hit me.
Okay.
They have come over the side of my wheel well. So handlebars into the front hood, bike smashed my windshield.
The well-mannered, well-dressed, behaved boy was riding on the sidewalk at a full clip, and she pulled into the lot, stopping halfway, blocking the sidewalk. He T-boned her and TJ hookered over the windshield.
Correct. So I put my car in park, I'm like immediately freaking out. Like I go from posing for a picture of what grade I'm teaching to like, oh my God, are you okay? To the point where he starts consoling me. Thank God he was wearing a helmet. Best case scenario, he maybe sprained his ankle. I'm like, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. Luckily at this time, a coworker was also walking to work, jealous of them. So they start walking up the hill. Honestly, Guardian Angel was so calm, was so composed, was like, it's going to be okay.
I've been hitting one once a week for a decade.
That's why I walk. You might want to try it. So she starts like asking the kid, are you hurt? Is everything okay? They're visibly shaken up. So we call the cops. The mom comes, puts her friggin' four-ways on, parks basically in the middle of the road, sprints to her kid.
Oh my God. Were you like, I'm going to get fired?
Absolutely, I was. I'm like, I'm losing my job. I can never listen to Chapel Rowan again. I don't even want this car anymore.
You're also 22, right? So when mom arrives, mom's like, there's a 22-year-old kid teaching here that just blasted my son. It was all dressed.
My new coworkers are starting to roll in. I'm like, what a effing first impression. They're going to be like, who is this teenager that just hit a biker?
How old do we think he is? Do we think he's a freshman or a senior?
I think he's in the middle, but the kindest little soul. Such a little nerdy angel. He's like probably so nervous for his first day, just in his head, bombing her down the hill. So the cops show up, one of which is one of my good friends, but has to be professional. So it's kind of one of those like, they're there, it's going to be okay. I'm crying at this point. This was supposed to be the first day of my career that I've dreamed about. And now I've hit a kid on a bike and my new boss comes out, is like, okay, it's going to be okay, but like move to the side because in 10 minutes, students are going to start showing up. A new cop ends up coming and it's a cop in training. So like FML.
Yeah, but you can't throw stones. Everyone here is new.
No one present is over 24, it sounds like, because she knows the cop.
Thank you for checking me on that, Monica. I actually do quite appreciate that. Everybody's trying their best. So I go out, I start talking to the cops. Oh, do you want to give a statement? My dumbass. I'm like, of course, it's all my fault. I'm so sorry. I hit this child. They're like, are you wearing your corrective lenses? I'm like, I'm wearing contacts, but I probably cried them all out by now. So I guess my partner had called my good friend. The friend's house that I had dropped my dog off happens to be a criminal defense lawyer, happens to be out for a walk with her dog. So she, out of the corner of my eye, I just see her roll up, sweats on sweats, walking her little standard poodle. She's like, I will deal with the cops. It's going to be okay. What did you say? I said, well, obviously I told them it was all my fault. And she's like, why did you do that? But also like not wanting to make me feel stressed out. So she's just like so calm, cool. She's like, let me talk to the cops. It's not your fault. The biker was on the sidewalk. I wasn't even really thinking about getting a ticket at this time. I was really just thinking if the kid was okay and then my job. But then I'm like, I could get a ticket now. I just got out of school. I'm a brand new teacher.
You're also very Canadian because you haven't once said sue, which is what I would be worried about.
Oh, actually, so later I find out that the mom said, why'd you call the cops? So I guess at the time when my friend had gone out to speak to the cops, my new boss had come out and been like, kind of wrap this up. She has 26 6-year-olds to greet. And thankfully the cop threw me a bone at this point and was like, it's going to be a little bit longer. You might want to get someone to cover for her. Let alone I'm like crying in the front seat of my smashed in windshield car. Then the union president shows up.
Ay.
She takes me into the office. My friend's like, leave it with me, leave your car with me. At this point, it's pulled onto the sidewalk. Kids are showing up. I'm like just kind of cowering, walking next to the union president into the office. I'm like, am I going to get fired? What's going to happen? She's like, I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think so. Let me just make a couple calls. She makes a call. She's like, you're not going to get fired. It's okay. We're all good. And then at this point, it was first nutrition break. So it was kind of time for me to go back. I'm just going to compartmentalize this and shove it right down. And I'm just going to bring the hype and just go greet all those sweet, precious 6-year-olds and fake that I have seasonal allergies and hope they don't recognize I was just bawling my eyes out for an hour and get on with my day.
What I'm now realizing is where the elementary is I guess really close to the high school. Because you're teaching at elementary, yet you hit a high schooler. It would have been great if you were teaching high school and he was in your class first row.
That would have been a crazy turn of events.
6 years old, that's kindergarten?
It was grade 1, 6 to like 7. I taught a split grade.
Yeah, they don't know what the hell's going on.
No, but everyone else did. Because as I'm like bawling my eyes out next to my car that's shattered, first the staff's rolling in and then the parents are rolling in of this new school. And they're like, why is this person bawling next to a smashed in car? What made it worse is that the bike was chained up to the side of the school. They didn't clean up the bike for a while. So every day when I would walk to school, I'd like look to my left and just see that nightmare reminding me of what happened.
But you hit the ground running. And are you still teaching at the same school?
I'm still teaching at the same school. And my lawyer friend dropped me of all charges. So I just had to pay for the damage to the car. because he was on the sidewalk. So it all worked out okay.
Oh, lovely.
He was wearing a helmet. He wasn't hurt. The mom wasn't mad. I didn't lose my job. I pulled my socks up and finished the day of work. I can listen to Chappell Roan again. It's been a bit, but she's back on my playlists.
I'm having flashbacks of pulling out a 7-Eleven in Santa Monica, and an old woman rode her bike on the sidewalk into the side of a car I was driving.
Oh.
And I panicked because she was so old. I was really afraid when she crashed. And then I drove her home and I gave her $100.
Oh,
And then I stole a front wheel from another bike and put it on her bike in the middle of the night. Wasn't that a weird decision? I didn't have
Yeah.
any money to give her other than that.
That probably meant a lot to her.
Well, Megan, I'm so glad you made it through that harrowing start and that you're still at it.
It was crazy.
It's so good to meet you.
no. Bye. Dax, do you think the woman that ran into you is alive still?
No, that was 27 years ago, and she was probably 70. And I stole, which is not good, but I did.
I know.
Throwing bad money after good, whatever the
Why did
saying
you
is.
give her $100?
That's what I had. I didn't know what to do. I felt bad.
Then you're kind of assuming culpability, but you didn't do anything. She was old and ran into you.
When you see an old woman crash her bike and you're involved, you're just scared you're going to get sued. And also, she's old. I'd way rather clobber a teenage boy on a
No,
bike.
oh my God.
Even if he was in a collared shirt.
Moral dilemma, because that guy has so much more life to live.
Boys shouldn't wear collared shirts at school.
Yes, he should.
No, the mom should protect the boy and say, honey, why don't you wear a t-shirt?
No, Dax, we don't know. Maybe he was a stud. Maybe he had a lot of girlfriends. Maybe all the girls loved his collared shirt and his sweet personality.
And smashing his bike into things.
I would. I'd be like, oh my God, my boyfriend got hit by a car. I got to skip first period and help.
Don't let your sweet boys wear tucked in collared shirts to high school. It's too hard.
No, if they want to, you got to let them.
They owe their whole life to wear collared shirts. Just don't do it at high school.
They got to express themselves.
Hi, Katie. Are you laying down on a blanket?
I am not. I'm in a closet and like a blanket for it.
In a blanket cocoon?
It looks cozy.
It really is.
Okay, so Katie, where are you?
I am in the Upper Peninsula, actually.
No, in Marquette?
Yeah, Armchair area.
Okay, so you have a first day of school story.
Yes, I'm from near Traverse City, so this is where that takes place. Small school. This takes place my first day of freshman year. So just a preface for this, my best friend Mallory, she's involved in this story, and she lives in Lansing. She happened to be up this weekend, so I got to fact check the story. So we make it through basically the whole day. It's last hour. We're in art class. Class was about to start. And I look at her and I'm like, you know what, man? I'm not feeling great.
Uh-oh.
Something's going on. And I was like, you know what? I need to go to the bathroom.
So you and Mallory are close because you're telling her, hey, I've got to shit myself.
We're very close. My boyfriend actually just said last week, you talk about Mallory like she's your knight in shining armor.
Oh,
Because she is.
Yeah, sorry, boyfriend.
yeah.
Yeah, and this story is just a prime example of that. So we take off. The bathroom's like not far away. And because it's between classes, for whatever reason, our entire high school choir is standing directly outside of the women's bathroom. And Mallory's a pretty aggressive woman. And so she just kind of starts football, like roughing her way in through the crowd. Like she's pushing people out of the way. In the meantime, though, I put my hands over my mouth and I just start spewing. Like I just start throwing up everywhere.
Oh.
Interesting. So this wasn't Pootie related. This was
Nope.
throw up. Okay. But still probably cafeteria related.
I always ate cold lunch, so I have no idea. We don't know what happened. I was fine all day until this moment.
Weird.
So I just start spraying all over everyone. It gets
Oh.
all over the choir. It gets all over the floor. And at this moment, Mallory reaches back to grab me. She's made a hole and she doesn't realize that I've thrown up all over her back already.
Oh, Mallory.
So as she turns to grab me, I throw up again directly on her arm, in her hair, all over her sweater. And she's like, whatever, still charging through.
Now, Katie, I don't want to get critical, but are you making any effort to aim it at the floor? It sounds like you're almost intentionally projectiling it forward as opposed to just covering your shoes.
I was just projectiling forward.
You just weren't in the right mind. You were sick.
Yeah, and I think I was just so focused on get to the toilet, and it just was already too late.
Okay.
We do make it in there. I've been told I'm a very violent vomiter, and so I continue to just exorcist style projectile all over the bathroom. Like, I don't think I made any in the toilet.
Oh boy, you just painted the place.
And the choir, don't forget.
My mom asked me, she's like, did Mallory throw up? She's a ride or die. She didn't. She was wearing a dress. She took her sweater off and just threw it away. The only thing she was mad about is I had borrowed a scarf from her that morning to wear for the first day of school. And she did not want me to have it. Like, she was like, do not borrow this. I did anyways. And then we threw it away because it was so covered.
This is the second story that involves really nice people taking it on the chin. Of course, there's the choir that got covered in vomit. Of all the kids, you know, they're huddled together. They were huddled together for safety.
And I just attacked them violently, really.
You guys are saying choir as if it's like church choir. It's the chorus. Chorus kids are cool.
So we're both from Michigan. I don't know what was happening in Georgia, but rest assured the choir kids were not the cool kids in Michigan. They deserved to be because they were talented and emotional and we love them. But they were huddled together for safety.
Yes. And I feel like at our school, if anything, the band was the cooler thing to do.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Which should tell you where the choir ranks if the band is cooler. Now, I wonder if one of our callers later will be, I was in choir, I was huddled for my safety, and someone violently threw up on me. We could hear the other side of this story.
Yeah, but then it's like Katy Perry, so it's fine.
Could be Katy Perry.
It worked out.
If they do know that it's me, shout out to you guys. I'm so sorry that happened. I didn't mean to ruin your day.
It also sounds like it happened to the perfect person because you don't seem easily embarrassed. You rolled with this just fine.
It did not affect me long term. I ended up being class clown, and when I asked why, everyone was like, well, you're just kind of weird and awkward and it's funny.
And you're puking. And
I would have had to move schools. I would not have been able to handle that. So I really commend you. Remember, I mean, there was always someone in like the lunchroom who would throw up, and then they were throw up girl for like the whole K through 12.
I'm being brought back to that high school party where the gal threw up and then had diarrhea. Everyone was like, what happened? I was at a party where this happened to a young lady.
Oh.
And the whole house smelled. Oh, it was crazy. It was like the whole party shut down. I was like, what is going on? Then it was like so-and-so just booted and then fucking honest all over the floor and her boyfriend's in there cleaning. And this is in 12th grade. That's rough.
Oh, that's so sad. Were you mean about it?
No, my heart went out to her. I was extra nice to her forever. Yeah, she had eaten a ton of rice, I remember.
Ew, don't say that.
That's the facts of the situation.
Stop
Monica.
it. Rice is very like, I've seen it.
Had its full absorption of having been in the stomach for a while.
Ew.
Well, it's a delight to meet you. You took this episode in stride.
Yes, I did. Thank you, guys. It was so great to see you.
Yeah, right back at you.
Have a good rest of your day.
You
You too. Take care.
Thanks. Bye.
Do you think anyone will throw up in their car after hearing that story?
No, because she didn't describe any of the stuff that was in the throw up, which is helpful.
Yeah, but you did.
She stopped just short of just looking up at the sky and throwing up all over her own face. I mean, the fact that it was so outward, I would have been screaming like, fucking puke on the ground.
See, you act like you're so nice to these pukers, but you be screaming.
In the post-mortem, I'd be really kind, but while it's happening, I would want them to handle their shit the best way possible, which would be stop spraying everyone's back.
But you have to be careful because you don't want to open your mouth to talk because you could get puke in there.
I'd be on the side shouting from the locker, leave the choir kids alone. They're fucking already getting picked on.
Why are they getting picked on? They have voices of angels.
They don't. You're picturing Glee.
No, my chorus was really good.
But Monica, you would agree that in some small towns, the football team isn't great, right? Like some guys are not college-bound athletes. They need something to do after school.
Yeah, I just don't know. I'd have to hear them.
Okay.
Hello.
I see baby clothes. Do you have a little baby in the house?
Twins.
Oh, fine. Identical or fraternal?
They're fraternal, a boy and a girl.
And how old are the twins?
They're 2.5.
You're going to enjoy an upcoming episode.
We have a twins episode coming.
Oh, great. I probably could have submitted a story for that.
You want a fake name, which is encouraging. What fake name would you like?
I would love you all to choose my fake name.
Okay, you ready for this? Fiona.
I like it.
That's a big name, Fiona, to take on.
Yeah, but it's accurate.
Yeah, you've got a vibe. Okay, Fiona, please tell us your first day of school story.
Okay, so I had just started a new job. So a little bit of background information. This story takes place as a teacher. So this story took place 2 years ago. And I had previously taught band for about 8 years. So I was going into my 9th year of teaching, but I had only had my twins about 6 months ago. I'm a new parent. So this new job was only 5 minutes away from my house. It was going to be a lot more family friendly. The district is very well regarded. Dax, you'd love to hear that I'm from Northwest Ohio.
Wonderful. Let me picture that in my head, Northwest Ohio. Okay, by Pennsylvania? No, by Toledo?
Yeah, very close to Michigan. So I was going to no longer be teaching band, but I was going to be teaching choir and drama. And I had never taught these subjects before.
Okay, Fiona, you just wandered perfectly into a sim moment, which was the previous call was about a young gal who threw up all over the choir kids that were huddled out in front of the bathroom. And I said, couldn't you have picked a different group of kids? The choir kids were already, they had their hands full. They were probably huddled together for safety. And so Monica thinks choir kids are super cool, and maybe they were in Georgia. But I'm trying to tell her, you're on a rough path if you're in choir in Michigan.
We just need you to tell us, what's the strat at your school?
Band is the cool thing. Choir is kind of the nerdy thing.
This is
There we go.
wild to
Okay.
me. Rob?
Yeah, it's the same. Band wasn't really that cool either, though.
No offense, but band was really not cool at my school. Chorus was cool, and theater was cool because I was in it.
None of those three things were really that popular pursuits in Michigan, and I'm guessing in Northern Ohio. All to say, these are the sweetest people.
Did you have orchestra?
We do not have an orchestra program in my district.
We're not rich like you, Monica. We're like normal people.
You guys aren't 7A. That's why.
No, we're not. We're not. Okay, so I was just curious. Yes, I always wanted to protect the band kids and the choir kids. They seem like they needed some looking out for.
I'm going into this new position. I don't know my coworkers. I don't know my students. I really don't feel like I know my content area. I'd actually gotten hired over the phone over the summer, about a month before school started. So I was just feeling very nervous about the balance of work and home. So I go into my first teacher workday. Everything goes well. I'm starting to get over my nerves. The first day of school rolls around. Everything's going fine for first, second, third period. And fourth period comes around. And to give you a little bit of information, my classroom is the performing arts room. So that includes, I have to share it with band, choir, and drama.
Oh, wow.
So there are constantly students in this room. And because we are using instruments for the band side, it's double doors, and the doors swing open and shut. You don't manually close them, they close by themselves. At the bottom of the door is what is called the boot security system. This is in place in case there is an active threat.
Ugh.
And Rob has shared the photo with you.
Oh.
It's this horizontal bar. And as you can see, there are holes drilled into the ground. And you put a vertical piece of metal in. And if you can't evacuate during an active threat, this is how you barricade your classroom door.
Okay, this is mind-blowing. I'm looking at a photo of it. Yeah, and it looks kind of, if you can picture vault doors having these two cylinders that go into holes. I can't believe that that's standard equipment at a
Makes
school
me so
now.
sad.
It's insane that we have to go through this. And it's not just our district. This is fairly standard for at least my area.
Wow.
So that's how my classroom looks. And I'm starting my first performing theater drama class of the day. And this is what I felt most insecure about. So I thought, we're having short classes today. It's the first day of school. Let's do a theater game. So I decided to go with Who Started the Motion. The students circle up in the classroom, and one student leaves the classroom. A student in the circle is the leader, and they are pantomiming emotion. It could be snapping, clapping, stomping, waving their hands as crazy as they want it to be. And all of the students have to adapt and look at the leader without really looking at the leader. And the leader is constantly changing the motion every 10 to 15 seconds. Then the student who's out in the hallway comes back in and they have to try to guess who in the circle is making these motions, who's the
Oh,
leader.
fun.
I thought it would be a really good icebreaker because not all of these students know each other either. We're in a pretty big district. The first couple rounds go really well. I go out in the hallway to get the student who is out there. And as I'm coming back in, I'm holding the door open for the student since it closes automatically. And I'm coming in the room behind the student, and the door slams onto the back of my ankle.
Oh boy.
And that piece of horizontal metal is sticking out of the door about 2 inches because you need room for the vertical piece to go in. I get pain, but I've been teaching for several years. I know you don't show the students if you're in pain, you just keep moving on. I'm not like swearing or anything.
Because they'll smell the weakness and attack?
Exactly, yes. I want to look strong on my first day.
Okay.
This horizontal bar hits my foot and it hurts and then it goes numb. I look down, I don't see anything. So I just kind of like limp to my chair and watch the game continue. My ankle is still numb. And so I look down and I see a chunk of my ankle gone.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, a chunk.
But there's no blood.
Is it white? You gouge down so deep, it's just white.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I hobble to my office. I have an office inside my classroom, and I call down to the school nurse. And again, these are new coworkers to me, as well as the students. I'm new in this place. So I call down and I say, the door has hit my foot. Would you mind coming down and taking a look at it? And the school nurse goes, oh no, I'll be right down.
Oh, like she's already been down this before.
She comes down with some steri strips and some Band-Aids, and it started bleeding at this point. And she starts putting the steri strips. My cut and the chunk of my ankle is a horizontal cut, so same as the bar.
Oh.
Ew. Oh, God.
Okay, now we're looking at a photo.
Oh, that looks horrible. Ugh.
I kind of love it. It's so dark.
So she starts putting the steri strips on horizontally, and there's so much blood, they're just like falling off.
Ugh.
Yeah, she's trying to put a Band-Aid on a river.
Pretty much. She says, yes, this has happened before, not to this degree, but students have gotten hit with this. The other teachers have gotten hit with this. It's like common knowledge, except I hadn't worked there very long, so I didn't know this information to be careful when you're closing the door. So she says, you might want to get stitches. You might have to leave. And this is like halfway through the day. So she calls my principal down, and I didn't have any sub plans ready. It's my first day. I'm not expecting to be out. He comes down and he's like, I'll get a sub. We'll get it all taken care of. Do you want to call an ambulance? And I'm like, no way. I'm not having these kids see me take an ambulance, and I'm not paying for an ambulance.
Yeah.
I live 5 minutes away from here. My husband's working from home. I'll just call him and he can take me to the emergency room. So he takes me to the emergency room, and I end up having to get 7 stitches.
Ooh.
Sent in a photo.
Yeah. Isn't it wild that often when they fix it, it looks way worse
It
than
looks
when it was
worse.
broken?
Yeah, it does.
It looks like they took your heel to war.
Jeez.
But you didn't get the tendon, luckily. Yeah, you must have been on the verge of that.
Yes, they ended up doing an x-ray just to make sure there was no internal damage, which there was not, thankfully. So they just did the stitches, and I had to keep it wrapped with ointment. And I had the stitches in for over 2 weeks.
Oh, my God.
And what kind of shoe wear were you limited to and sock wear?
Could not wear socks. I could not wear anything but sandals for the first 2 months that I worked in this district.
Oh,
And
no.
I'm in Ohio, so it gets cold end of September.
Sandals also sort of designates weakness.
Well, you'll get a reputation. Like you'll be known as that. You know that teacher that wears sandals.
Yeah, it's very specific.
For sure. And I did not want to be known. I had gotten a pair of Rothy's, brand new.
Oh, yeah, great shoe.
Great. Really nice silhouettes. And are you still at that school?
I am still at that school. Like I said, I had the stitches for 2 weeks. And if you think about the way your Achilles moves, every time I took a step, the stitches were pulling, which is
Oh,
why I had to have them in for so long.
Did you ever clip your foot on that thing again? My hunch is you might have.
I had to go back to school the next day because I didn't have any sick time accumulated yet. So I was just kind of hobbling around. And then the following week, when I came into my classroom in the morning, the custodial team was putting on brand new doors that are slow close.
Oh, and that's going to solve it. Hopefully.
well, that'll help.
We have not had an incident since then.
This is one of those situations where it's like you prepare for an active shooter, which I don't know what the odds of that are. But then in the meantime, like 20 people cut their Achilles. I mean,
They have to amputate like 10 legs.
Yes. I don't know. There's some cost benefit analysis that someone will do one day.
They should also try to put like some cap on the end of the thing. So even if it hits you, it's not going to cut you like that.
You can imagine this thing just getting bigger and bigger, right, Monica? Or it's just covered in Nerf football and then it doesn't function anymore.
The whole door is like padding.
Then everyone decides it's safer without a door entirely. And the switch from band to choir, has it been lovely?
It's been really great. I've taken a lot of advice from other choir directors, had them come into my classroom. So I really like the job. I'm still at that district, and I occasionally have students that will come up to me and say, I heard a story about your foot. Can you tell us about that? And I'll show them the pictures and everything.
Oh, that's so cute. Do you have a
That's
scar?
great.
I do have quite a bit of a scar. And actually, I can't set my heel down like on a table. If I put my feet up, I have to cross my legs so that my left foot is down and my right injured foot is still on top of it.
Ooh.
That makes sense.
Thank you so much for having me. I've been a day one listener. My former commute was an hour long, and so I listened to you. And if I can tell you something embarrassing, you used to talk about how you, as a kid, would listen to David Letterman and pretend to be interviewed by him. And I used to do that on my car ride and think, what would Dax and Monica interview me about?
Oh, that's so sweet.
I love that.
I love that too.
So I'm so thrilled to be here. So thank you so much.
Oh, our
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Take care. Have a great rest of your summer.
That injury reminded me that a couple days ago, I was getting in my car with a big purse and I slammed my pinky finger into the door of the car so much I had to open the door to get it out.
Oh,
and I was
yikes.
like, oh my God, this is something 4-year-olds do.
I'm still dealing with that broken fingernail from when I did it as a kid. Not to trump your story, but how are you recovering?
Pretty good. It's sore, but it didn't do much damage. But it was just so weird to have my finger up there and in pain.
Oh, is that the top of your door?
Yeah.
That's probably preferred. There's more give up there.
Okay, well, stop minimizing my pain.
Oh, sorry. I can't believe you survived this. I'm just having gratitude that your finger's still on your hand. Although I'd love to remove it if it was infected. Would you trust me to remove one of your fingers if it was infected?
No.
No. Okay.
I would trust you to put like some ointment on it.
I just bought a Dremel here.
Oh,
Cordless Dremel. I think I could take it off pretty quick. If it was to save your life, if it was gangrenous.
and I couldn't make it to the hospital.
Post-apocalyptic world, maybe.
Yeah. This is you're at the house. It's post-apocalyptic. Your finger's gangrenous and then needs to be removed.
It's that or I'm dead, then yeah, I'll let you.
Okay, thanks for the vote of confidence. How do you say gangrenous?
It had gangrene.
Gangrene. It was gangrenous. Adam? We were just trying to figure out, you say gangrene, but if you wanted to say someone's finger had gone gangrenous or gangrenous, what do you think it is?
Gangrenous, I guess.
We like that, right? Sounds good. His toe went gangrenous.
If that is ever a prompt, I have a story about that too.
Oh,
About
shit.
gangrene?
Kind of, yeah. I worked at a bank and we had a customer who had a rotten leg.
Oh.
They would walk into the bank and yeah,
Stink up the whole place?
it was terrible.
Did you hear the Armchair Anonymous with the waitress up in Canada and the guy's leg was fucking dead?
It was leaking.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's exactly what happened.
The other girl who was a EMT member and then the leg was jello.
Yeah, it was like falling off.
Ah.
Great start.
Okay, Adam, where are you?
I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh
Oh
my
my
gosh.
goodness, you're right down the road from me.
So you're in Nashville right now?
Yes, sir. Staring at Old Hickory out the window.
You look familiar though. How old are you?
I am 36.
I wonder if we went to the same elementary school when I lived in Tennessee.
But you were in Memphis, weren't you, love?
Yeah.
Opposite sides of the state.
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty
but
far away.
like, I don't know the history of Adam. He could have been in Memphis.
What if you said, I don't know the history of Knoxville? Maybe it was next to Memphis before.
We just migrated east.
I'm not good at geography, so that is something I would say. Okay, you just have a familiar face.
I get that a lot, though. I get sent pictures of like, hey, this guy looks like you. And my name is kind of familiar, too, because my middle name is Grant. So I am Adam Grant.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you should be a CIA spy. You look like everyone.
I just blend in, which is what I wanted to do on the first day of school, was blend in.
Okay.
Let's hear
us.
it.
So this is the first day of high school. But to set this up, I have to set up my 8th grade year. I was a very small kid. I did not hit 100 pounds until I hit high school. And I was a gymnast all throughout middle school.
Oh, wow. So you had great biceps and stuff?
As much as like a 13-year-old can, I did.
My TV brother, Adam Braverman, Peter Krause, he was a gymnast in junior high, and he had photos of himself on set, and he was jacked.
I wasn't that jacked, but...
Okay. Just send me some pics, and I'll
All right.
evaluate your fitness.
I had got burnt out being a gymnast. I competed nationally, national champion, tumbling and trampoline, which was, again, another story.
Trampoline stories, that's a good one. Let's put that on the list.
That is a good one. But I got burnt out, and then I could do flips and stuff, of course. And so the cheerleading team recruited me.
100%.
I was just there to flip down the field. But that is not what an 8th grade boy in small town Tennessee.
Sorry, was it the school squad or like an all-star squad?
It was a very small school. I had to get permission from the principal to be on the team because no boy had ever done it before.
Oh, okay. So you were really, what do they call it? The revisionist
Trailblazer.
history. The token. You're the token.
Oh, token, yeah.
I was not blending in, and that's all that I wanted to do. So high school, new start. No one was supposed to know who I was. First day, I walk in, and people come up to me and say, have you heard about Freshman Friday? And I'm thinking, only on TV and only in movies.
What is it?
You don't know what Freshman Friday is, Dax?
No, this is a Southern thing. Tell me.
It's where the upperclassmen terrorize the freshman class.
First Friday of the new year.
And you can shove the kid?
You can haze and shove and be horrible. Everyone's scared of Freshman Friday.
And what was being told to me was that I was going to be trashed. So I was going to be dumped in the trash can, basically.
Oh,
so I was
gosh.
absolutely terrified.
Did you consider calling mom and saying I have diarrhea?
I should have, but I did not think of that. Instead, I tried to hide all day long.
Oh.
I was like not spending time in the hallways. I was just zipping from class to class. Of course, none of my friends could drive at that point because we're 13, 14. I knew no upperclassmen. My sister had already graduated school, so she was gone. And so what I did on that first day was I basically jumped into the car of the first person's parents who came to pick them up. And I was like, you have to take me home.
Right. I'm about to get trashed.
Yeah. So I escaped the first day, but this went on for the entire week of this guy named Michael who was after me. I had no idea what he looked like. I had no idea that he knew who I was.
People would just come up to you and say, like, Michael's going to trash you and get you.
Yeah. His gang is after me, and I was just terrified.
This is so mean. Ugh.
The way my school is set up is the front door is where everything kind of is. It's where people congregate. It's where the cafeteria is. It's where the gym is. And after school, that's just where people are located. At the time, I was riding the bus after school, and you had to wait like 20 minutes for the buses to get there, because this is a very small school system, and they start at the elementary school and they wound up at the high school. So Friday had come around. I'm thinking I had escaped this enough times that it's over with.
It's not. Michael has a iron trap memory.
So I'm standing there after school in front of the cafeteria with everybody else in the school, talking to some of the friends that I had at the time. And I get picked up from behind.
Oh.
And I get slowly walked over to probably the worst trash can in the whole school, which is the cafeteria trash can.
Ew.
Oh.
I have no idea who is picking me up. I get hovered over the trash can. Little 100-pound me gets so nervous. I kick off the wall and we both go flying backwards.
Oh, okay. You had a little fight in you.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you did
And
that.
that gymnast strength.
Used my quads and kicked us both back, flat on the floor, in front of everybody. School goes silent.
Yeah, this is not according to game plan. Mike's supposed to be a hero and a bully, and now he's humiliated.
Now we're in big time danger. I don't know what I did or said next, but I know that I had a cousin who was the same age, normal size. He came in and said something to him and stood up for me
Oh,
and kind
wonderful.
of saved the day. Michael never bothered me again.
Oh, wow.
This cousin.
This is a fighting back to the bully story.
And then I ended up graduating my senior year with most friendliest, I guess, of my class. So full circle moment.
Well, I'm so
Oh.
proud of you that you refused. You said, I will not be subjugated by you, sir. What did Mike look like when you finally came to, who was Mike?
He was a very tall, skinny kid. Found out he was not the one who picked me up because he probably couldn't. He had like a toady pick me up who was this giant guy.
Mike delegated this responsibility?
I
Mike.
guess so.
Mike is embarrassing. Was he a senior?
He wasn't even a senior. I think he may have been a junior, maybe a sophomore.
Yeah, but he was 19.
Yeah, he looked it at least.
Oh my God, I love your cousin. That is so awesome.
Yeah, it makes me think of Christmas Story when his little brother's getting fucked with and he finally fights back, swears too much. You remember, Monica?
I haven't seen it.
Oh my God. Have you, Adam?
Every Christmas, 24 hours.
Yeah, it's standard. Crazy Monica doesn't watch
Well,
that.
I watch Home Alone. That's a happy story to end on.
I will say, though, that my two biggest high school bullies ended up passing away a few years after school. And it's such a weird feeling to have a bully and then to learn that about them. Not to make it about myself, but it puts you in a weird position.
I agree. You're happy at first. I've had this, right? Like this has happened a couple times. Well, one guy's in prison, another guy died. And at first I'm like, yeah, you get what you deserve. And then of course you're like, no, this is terrible. And they were probably very miserable, which is why they were a bully. And it's not quite as satisfying as you want it to be. Well, we found a way to bring it down, Monica. You were like, oh, good. This one went out on a high note. But
Yeah.
then we figured it out.
We can end on your cousin's cool. How's your cousin?
Cousin's great. He's got kids. He's married. He's a stay-at-home dad.
Oh, okay.
Love
He's not a
this.
hard charger FBI
Yeah.
agent or anything.
No.
Well, Adam, it's a delight to meet you. I'm not shocked at all you got friendliest.
I love a superlative. I didn't get one, and it haunts me. Like, I wanted one really bad.
You guys would have been best friends, right, Monty? You would have noticed how brave it was for him to join the cheer squad.
Oh, I mean, yes, it is, but it's smart. Then you're around all these cute girls, and you're grabbing them by the pee.
You're never grabbing them by the pussy. You're catching
I'm sorry,
them
excuse
by
me.
You
the
catch
pussy.
him. I did that once.
Oh, sure. It's going to happen.
Sometimes you do have to grab them. If they're falling,
You got to save them. You got to jump in and save the day.
if one person hits the ground, the whole squad has to do push-ups. Wow. Well, that was an uplifting story. I'm glad you told
Yeah.
it. And I'm glad you didn't get trashed. That would have been so gross.
It would have been terrible. In the cafeteria trash can where the food had been sitting there all day in front of everybody.
I was already prepping myself. My hunch was he was going to end up in the trash can. I was going to be curious if after the fact we think this is a good experience. And I'm being serious because your worst fear is you're going to get thrown in a trash can in front of all your peers. But then you do and you live. And then a few other nice boys come up and they're like, I hate that guy. There's some bonding. And then ultimately in reflection, you might go, yeah, that's probably good that happened to me. But we didn't get to go there,
No, I stood up for myself and I fought back.
which is even better. It's better.
Before we leave, I do have a question for you. How do you feel about collared shirts for male high schoolers?
I have a picture from high school with 2 collared shirts on.
Double collared
Double.
shirts.
It was
Oh.
my yearbook picture. Polo with like a button-up shirt underneath it.
Oh, yeah, that was a look.
2004, 2005.
So you love it, just like me.
In 2004, 2005, I loved it.
And you were both on cheer. That's relevant, I think. Let me ask you this. If you had a 17-year-old boy and he put on a nice collared shirt in the morning and tucked it in, would you not go, Gary, you might want to play it a little looser at school.
Yeah, just unbutton it, untuck it. Here's a t-shirt.
Let's just get you in a concert tee.
Everyone be who they are.
If you're a little businessman, be a businessman. All right, Adam. Well, lovely meeting you. Take care, brother.
Bye.
I'm both grateful I don't have a first day of school and jealous. Because it's so scary, but then also it's fun.
It's so fun. Remember, were you able to get new school supplies?
Yeah, I would get that Trapper Keeper and some folders and some new pens. But when he was describing how the cafeteria and the entrance and the gym was all next to each other, I got this nostalgic feeling of standing at that crossroads.
Me too. I have such nostalgia right now. I miss school.
There's a couple schools by the house in Nashville, and the whole summer, every time we drive by them, I tell the girls, that's where you're starting school next year, you know? And they're big schools.
Yeah.
And I picture my girls having to start there in another state, knowing nobody and how big it is. And I just think about how scary that is every time I say that to them, how frightening that would be.
Yeah. How big was your high school?
My high school was pretty big. I want to say there was 1,000 kids.
All four.
Yeah.
My school was a campus. It had multiple buildings.
How many students?
When I entered freshman year, my class was 1,000 people.
No, you had 4,000 kids at your high school?
But then a new school opened up a couple years in, and so people went over there. So I think my graduating class had like 500.
Wow. Mine had 300 or 400, so maybe we were 1,200. But yeah.
It was huge. It was huge. Hence 5A, now 7A.
Do you guys have a swimming pool?
No.
Love you
All
guys.
right, love you.
Do you want to sing a tune or something? We don't have a theme song.
Oh. Okay, great.
We don't have a theme song for this new show, so here I go. We're gonna ask some random questions, and with the help of Armcherries, we'll get some suggestions. On the fly, a rhyme dish. Enjoy.